So back in 2004, 2005, and 2006, the company made the decision to go direct in some of the countries in Europe where we had previously been working with distributors. And we had made the decision because, of course, the business was going well, we were expanding, and we had reached a volume in terms of sales in Europe that justified for us going direct. And some of the other objectives at the time that we were trying to reach was, first of all, be closer to our consumer, be able to develop and work with our dealer network, and be able to control some of the image regarding our brands. Some people still refer to this project as it was a project as Arrow 1 and 2. Arrow 1 was going direct in France, and then Arrow 2 was going direct in the other countries in Europe, such as Spain, Germany, the UK, and the Benelux. At the same time that we went direct in these countries, we decided to move the international headquarters out of Montreal and the European headquarters that was based in Ghent at the time in Lausanne, Switzerland. So it was a hectic time, a lot of effervescence. And when we did that project, we were working closely with the distributor. And of course, what we were trying to do was not to start from scratch. So we wanted to hire some of the talent that was working for the distributor to come work for us, as they had knowledge of the work, knowledge of our products. But we also wanted to go and hire external talent so that we would create a new team that would eventually become BRP France or BRP Spain, to create a unique entity from local talent pools, and which we did. The people we hired had something in common. They were all very engaged and passionate, and they had a true enthusiasm for our product. And that was, I think, a common denominator throughout all these teams and individuals that we hired at the time. In doing such a project in such a short amount of time, of course you go through growing pains, but this actually allows you to grow as an organization and as individuals who participated in the project. Today, when we look back at what we've done and where Europe is today, and the deployment that we've been able to accomplish, and the talent we were able to hire that are still there and growing now as BRP employees, I think we look back on it with a lot of pride.
The Advanced Technology Center started in a very odd fashion. We managed to leverage $35 million for building the CTA, the Advanced Technological Center. We had a number of problems to solve. One was the IP, and we decided both that we would not talk or involve our lawyers into this. Rather, we would structure what we wanted and go back and convince our people. It was solved in a very original fashion. We decided, together with the profs at Sherbrooke, that the IP would belong to BRP for 3 years. If a product was not integrated in one of the machines that BRP was producing, then the IP would be transferred to the university, and the university could commercialize the IP in the best way that it could. So this is unknown. This is really the first time we see a model like this. Essentially, it gave a force that could not be leveraged by any of the other research centers, because the ATC did not have to hire 20 different engineers. It just turned around and had an access to 20 top engineers with all their groups of students. On the other hand, having the students develop project in the ATC was very interesting, because it allows Bombardier to select the best students. And in fact, right from the beginning, I think we can say it's a unique project in terms of what each partner puts in. I think we get the best of both worlds in terms of how this center was structured. Now, I think everyone realizes how much this would be a research center that would propulse BRP, propulse University of Sherbrooke to be capable of achieving different projects that no other research centers would be capable of achieving.
It goes back in approximately in the year 2003 and this time around. There was my current boss, Yves Leduc, and we talked about what could we do to prepare the future. We need to do something about the future. And it's basically about two things. The one on the innovation of new products. And the other side is about qualification of our people, the new talents. So by the end of the day, we came to a very clear picture. Yes, we need to have something so-called an innovation center. And RIC is a very unique setup here in the region of Upper Austria. It's a setup between a very important international company of BRP and together with the community of Upper Austria. And I think it's one of the exciting things to have such a setup here, because this is really what's opened the future. Why we did it is very simple to be explained. It's first a thing about the people. And we need to have very good, innovative products for the future. We need to have the people, the best one. And that is hard to find. So you have to groom your own people, you have to groom the neighborhood around where the people are living to get the right qualification, to be able to innovate the things what we are doing here. And that is great because we started out to do it, and that is not the easy way always. It takes a long time to do it, and you have to be constant and to working hard on it to do it. One thing where RIC is also making a step into the community and to talk to the young kids about what we're doing, what they could achieve if they would join us. And that's why we're starting programs to roll out in the region from the kindergarten up to the university. So basically this is the first step what we're doing here, to come up with new ideas, to make it happen here, to integrate a heart into a vehicle. I remember those days when I went to an aviation show to Russia. That was, for me, at the time before the wall was broken down, to go into in a country I've never been before, to get to know people, to make friends, to see people. And finally, they got to see aviation facilities where normally you put the fighter planes like MiG. And you see they also working on small aircrafts, ultralights, using a Rotax engine. And that's cool. I must say that's cool. That's great. They got me in one of those aircraft. First time I was wondering what they're doing with me, because it was a side-by-side sitting. They fixed the belt really tight. And then we took off. And when I was in the air, I knew what's going on. So they did a full aerobatic program with me, a roll up and till the engine stopped, because they make it stop. They turned down and it was gliding down back to the earth. And I said, hopefully the engine starts again. And it did. So when I landed, I think I was a little bit white in my face. So they saw it. They come in and say, hey, you did great. I said, you shouldn't worry. This was one of our best test pilots we had. He just showed you what the capabilities of the engine. So this, if you do it and you experience by your own, that makes you proud to be a part of a team. This is something where you say, wow, the product that we make is really world class.